So one of the major questions that I get asked when I tell people that I'm a screenwriter is, how do you actually make money? And that is a very good question. So I'm going to tell you because I think that honesty and integrity is super important in this process. And so far, I've made very little money off actual screenplays. My biggest successes so far have been actually producing things myself or with smaller companies. But so far, there hasn't been a lot of money with that. I've made a comic book that has made a little bit of money, but basically enough to buy the whole team Frappuccinos. And I've had a few of my scripts optioned by big companies, but these actually didn't end up getting any money. It was just they were interested in reading them and shopping them around, which was very exciting, but ultimately very not lucrative. So how do I make money? There's two answers to that question. The first is that I read scripts. I work as a professional script reader for a big coverage company, and this means that I'm taking and reading scripts that come in for contests, and I give feedback on them and help people make them better. I also do this through my own website, and I have a few clients, and this is the way that I make most of my money related to screenplays. It actually is a pretty good job because, one, you can work whenever you want, so when there are contests, which aren't always, I can make a pretty good amount of money, enough to support myself, which is super awesome. The second good thing is that I read a ton of screenplays. Last year I read over 1,000 screenplays, which is hopefully making my own writing better, but is definitely making me better at being critical about if something is good or not, which is a skill that I can use on my own writing. The second way that I make money is that I have a wife who works, and this is kind of like harsh advice for screenwriters and creatives, I know, but oftentimes I know that a lot of successful writers have a partner who has a job that makes steady money. So I'm super lucky that my wife has a steady job and that she is able to make money all the time, because there are dry spells. But this is something that I'm very grateful for, because I think if I was just on my own, this would be a lot more difficult. I thought of one more thing I'd like to. If I was to go back in time, I wouldn't worry about the money as much. And that's basically because I've learned that it's really hard to make money off this. You have to really have the skills to make yourself useful to people so that they are willing to pay you things. I'd probably try to get a job in the film industry if I was living somewhere where that was a realistic possibility. I'd try to figure something out where I'm working next to creative people so that I can learn the process, try to figure out what I like and don't like, and even more importantly, I can meet people who are kind of at the same stage as me and we can make stuff together. If you're living somewhere where this isn't the possibility, I would probably get a job that allows me to write. I would not worry about getting money at first with writing. I'd worry about getting skills and making stuff. And I would just try to get a job that I enjoy, that gives you time to be working and creating on the side. Because it's going to take a long time until you're making money on this. Even I'm only making money because I got a script coverage job. And it's not a ton of money. So don't rely on this being the huge money maker. I do think that's important. If you're beginning, it's going to take a while until you're actually making anything off this. So don't quit your day job, as they say.